Hey, future aviators! Welcome to Brightifyme Academy. Your journey to the cockpit starts right now. Stay tuned, stay motivated, and thank you for being here. Let's fly high.
All right, so if you've been dreaming about a career up in the skies, then this right here, this is your playbook. We're going to break down everything you need to know about the direct-to-cockpit cadet programs from India's two biggest airlines, IndiGo and Air India. So let's jump right in.
You know that feeling? You look up, see a plane cutting through the clouds and just think, man, that's where I belong. If your dream is to be in that cockpit, in the right seat of an Airbus A320, then you've definitely asked yourself, what's the fastest way to get there?
Well, I've got some great news for you. There is a direct path. It's this superstructured airline-sponsored route called a Cadet Pilot Program, or CPP for short, and it's designed to do one thing: take you from basically 0 flying hours all the way to a professional first officer.
So let's break that down. What exactly is a cadet pilot program? Think of it as from the beginning training. That's what ab initio means. The really amazing part is that the airline selects you before you even step foot in a flight school. They're with you every step of the way, guiding your training, and here's the kicker: if you make it through, there's a job waiting for you. I mean, talk about the ultimate package deal. Top-notch training and job security all rolled into one.
Okay, but before we get too carried away with the dream, let's talk about the big one, the elephant in the room, the cost. And you gotta be ready for this. For both the IndiGo and Air India programs, you're looking at a pretty hefty financial investment. We're talking in the ballpark of 1 to 1.3 crore rupees. It's a huge commitment, so getting your finances figured out from the very beginning is absolutely critical.
Okay, so you've got the dream, and you know what the price tag looks like. Now for the next big question. Do you actually meet the basic requirements? This is like checkpoint number 1 on this whole journey. So let's put these two side by side. It's pretty interesting. For age, it's simple. Both airlines need you to be at least 18. But check out the academics. This is where things get a little different. IndiGo asks for over 50% in maths, physics, and English individually. Air India, though, they set the bar just a tad higher at over 60% in each of those subjects. And I really want to stress this. It's your individual marks that count, not your overall percentage. That's a super important detail.
But hey, what if you're looking at your report card right now and thinking, oh no, I don't meet those marks? Don't panic. Your dream is not over. There's actually a great option called the National Institute of Open Schooling, or NIOS. You can use it to improve your scores, and it's a totally legit, recognized way to meet the academic requirements for both airlines. So there's a path forward. Okay, so let's say you're eligible. You've ticked all the boxes. Now comes the next big decision. And it's not just about picking an airline. It's about choosing your whole training path. And honestly, this is where you'll see the two programs really start to go in different directions.
And here's the deal, the difference in how they think is huge. With IndiGo, you have to do your homework up front. You have to research and pick one single flight training organization, an FTO, from their approved list before you even hit submit on your application. Your whole application is tied to that one school. Now, Air India does things differently. They give you a no preference option. This means you can just focus on acing their tests, and if you get in, they'll assign you to a flight school. It's a really interesting contrast, right?
And when you look at IndiGo's network, wow, it's truly global. I mean, you've got great options right here in India, like Chimes and CAE, but you could also end up training in the USA, maybe down in South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, even Thailand. Of course, each of these places has its own price tag and its own training timeline, which really shows you just how big of a decision that initial FTO choice really is.
Okay, now we get to the main event, the part everyone wants to know about, actually getting selected. This is where you prove you've got the right stuff. Both airlines have these tough, multi-stage processes. And let me tell you, they're designed to test you on a whole lot more than just what you learned in a textbook.
So first up, IndiGo. They've got a pretty intense 3-stage process. You start with this big computer-based test called the ADAPT test. Make it through that, and you're on to a group discussion. Then, the final boss, if you will, is the personal interview.
So let's really dig into this ADAPT test because it's a beast. It is not just about academics. Sure, you've got your maths, physics, and English sections, but then there's the fast game to see how you multitask under pressure. There's a ball game for hand, foot, and eye coordination, a cognitive assessment, and get this, a personality questionnaire with 312 questions, plus a basic flying sim. They are seriously testing the entire pilot profile from top to bottom.
Now, let's flip over to Air India, and you'll see it's quite a contrast. Their process is much more streamlined, just 2 stages. First, you've got something called the compass test. Pass that, and you move straight to the personal interview. That's it.
So, this compass test, what is it? Well, it's a series of 9 different online assessments. They're designed to check things like your spatial awareness, your cognitive skills, and your ability to multitask. And the really cool part? You can do it all from home. After you apply, they give you a 48-hour window to get all 9 tests done. Pretty convenient, right?
But here's where the paths meet again. No matter which airline you're aiming for, the final hurdle is that personal interview. And the prep work is pretty much the same for both. You can expect those classic HR questions about you, your personality, what motivates you. They'll definitely grill you on technical knowledge from your 12th grade subjects, and this is non-negotiable. They expect you to know their airline inside and out. We're talking fleet, routes, history, the whole shebang. You have got to come prepared.
Okay, so let's imagine you did it. You passed all the tests, you got the email, you've been selected. First off, congratulations. That's huge. But the journey's not quite over. This is where you start your final ascent, turning from a successful candidate into a professional pilot.
And this timeline here, it just lays out that final stretch perfectly. So right after you're selected, you're off to your flight school to earn that commercial pilot license. Now, if you trained overseas, there's an extra step. You've got to convert that license to an Indian CPL. Then comes what might be the most exciting part of all, the type rating. This is where you learn to fly the actual aircraft you'll be on, like the Airbus A320. And after all that hard work comes the moment you've been dreaming of. You officially join the airline as a junior first officer.
So there you have it. The entire roadmap is laid out for you, from that very first eligibility check all the way to the day you put on that uniform. Look, the process is tough, no doubt about it. The investment is huge, but the destination, it's one of the most rewarding careers you can ever imagine. So the only question left to ask is this the right flight path for you?
Dreaming of flying across the world? Not just India, but Paris, London, Dubai. An EASA license is your passport to global skies. Recognized in 31 countries and accepted by airlines worldwide. Train in Europe with modern aircraft, multicultural exposure, and the world's highest safety standards. And yes, you can always convert back to DGCA if you choose to return. Confused about costs, universities, or visa process? We're here to help for free. Hurry! Click the link below to register for your free one-on-one consultation today. Limited seats available. Your global cockpit awaits.